Welcome to Sterling High School. I'm joined by Mr. Sheehan here in the TV studio. Today is Friday, May 1st, and we are 7 weeks in, as my son told me this morning as he got started with his work. Mr. Sheehan, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Give you an update. Last week we talked about backyard pond. We have the koi fish now. We had the dinner last week, special dinner, and things are going well. So let you know, I am wearing a girls volleyball shirt from earlier this year. I want to give a shout out to the girls volleyball team and thank them once again for this nice pullover. How about in the Claiborne household?
Very good. They have been rocking. Much better week with their virtual learning this week, doing well. We are looking forward to the weekend with the sun. It's going to be 70 degrees this weekend. We plan to participate in the front yard cookout. Have you heard about that? Oscar Mayer's going to partner up with Feeding America. So they're encouraging you to bring your barbecue out to the front of your yard and barbecue, and we're just going to do outside games all day, all weekend, I think.
Did not hear that. That sounds really interesting. And just to give a shout out, my kids are doing a good job too academically. My son Braden is killing Fortnite right now. He's up to so many viewers where he's making a couple pennies every day. So really proud of him for that. Hopefully his grades are showing off too.
That's good. Priorities, keeping it connected. So speaking of which, we do want to go into some updates on school related and what's happening on campus. Just a reminder that Tuesdays is your big day if you need to be on campus or come to campus, connecting both technology, food, and Mr. Sheehan, why don't you speak more to that, please?
Yeah, we've been doing a great job. IT department at sterling.k12.nj.us. If you have tech issues, please contact them. The hope is they can handle that remotely. But if you need to set up an appointment, appointments are appointment only on Tuesdays. Food distribution, 7 days worth of food now, up from 5 days worth of food packaged. For over 120 students picked up this week. And in addition, I got to give a shout out again to ROTC, did a great job with their food bank. So in addition to what Sterling can offer you through our cafeteria, this food bank is really there to help supplement people and their food needs. So take advantage of that. If you have enough and you want to share with others, please bring up to our food bank. I thank all the members of ROTC for that. Additionally, if you got to pick up a musical instrument, you got to visit your locker. Please do that Tuesday between 10 and 12. You know we have staff here. Mr. Carter's the front office. We can kind of divert you where you need to go, and you can navigate the building and get yourself back out and back home. So Tuesdays we're active, okay?
Yeah, very good. So again, Mr. Carter's in the front office. Tuesday's your day, and make sure you communicate in advance if you can, whether it's technology or reaching out to a teacher. And speaking of that communication, that really puts us in with our communication on grading. So we've been communicating, Skyping, having department meetings with our staff and as an administration. And one of the big keys with the grading right now is just student connectivity and participation. Any thoughts on that?
We encourage the staff to kind of adjust their percentages to make participation a bigger bulk of their grade. And the initial feedback was, it's hurting students. Students aren't participating. So if that's going to be a big part of your grade, that's an easy one. Log on, email, communicate. That effort that you give is really going to impact your grade. So, as we said, we're 7 weeks into it, and if you're still not engaging, that's something you can easily improve upon. So that's an area, please capitalize on that. When we get to May, and everybody knows we get to May, the weather gets nice, this school year flies. So let's jump on top of your grades right now so we're not trying to panic that last couple weeks of June.
Yeah, just how we talked about, the weather's going to start to change. You're going to be more willing to get outside. Of course, we're remaining socially distant, but you got to establish those routines. Connect daily with your teachers. That's going to be your key as far as grading. Connect with your teachers. Speaking of which, we move into being outside. The governor updated us this week, lifting not necessarily restrictions, but open some things up, the parks. How does that impact us?
Yeah, so to me that's great news. As far as mental health, exercise, physical activity, the parks are now opened with social distancing guidelines still in place, but Sterling High School will open up their track and fields. We had a nice number of community members and students that would come up and kind of interact with one another in a safe distance. Well, we encourage that. So tomorrow at 7 a.m. the gates will be unlocked. We're going to hold off on the tennis courts for a little bit to wait and see how things go. But the fields and the tracks, come on up, get some exercise in a safe way, and hopefully we don't abuse that where they have to take that away from us. So if this is one step in the right direction, let's be responsible, with that change. How about if I throw one at you? Any updates on athletics activities?
We've the students are continuing to connect with their coaches, and they're continuing to do their workouts. And actually, I want to just remind you, you got to stay socially distant. You're going to be encouraged to get outside as it warms up. We open up the back track. You got to keep your 6 feet social distancing. You can't just connect right away and work with a partner just yet, but at least you can get outside. But the feedback from the coaches remains positive as far as students eager to work out, and they're having that personal commitment to get their personal workouts in, and that's positive.
And with the NGSA, we're still holding out hope, and there's still some time here to be, to have a decision made.
Correct. So they still, their April 16th was their last update still, and they are prepared to offer a modified season with guidelines pending what we hear from the governor on May 15th. Yes. So with that additional end-of-year activities, I'm very excited for the conversations and meetings we've had this week, Mr. Sheehan, with our officers as far as the junior senior advisors, with the administration, Believe in You advisors, so Justin Barringer, Pete Marley's, Mr. Manlove, Kelly Johnson, and also our coaches, just on brainstorming ways that we're going to make the end of the year for the class of 2020 very good. And
yeah, so last Friday I had to give some bad news to our seniors. As we get to the end of the year, we're losing out on a lot of senior activities and experiences, but we want to come up with new and unique ways to make this a very memorable, last 6 weeks of the school year, especially the last 2 weeks. So we've had, as Mr. Claiborne said, had a lot of positive conversations. People are coming with a lot of energy. When I sent that letter out last week, I got a lot of feedback from students and from parents, and many of them gave suggestions and offered that opportunity for what are other people doing. And it's always good to look at what other people are doing, but we want to try to blend in their ideas with what we think will work for Sterling High School. And we have some good people in place, and that's one thing that I really walked away from. People are giving up their time having these virtual meetings. They're sharing ideas and thoughts, and all for the seniors and their parents. And I think that's going to be the important thing that we're going to walk away from here. We want to make this a great experience. The last couple of weeks of the school year, do some things around this building that really can enhance, and put a closure to their high school experience. And we truly believe that we need to honor that date of June 18th, because anybody that's telling you, and again, looking at other school districts, they may tell you that they're going to do something in July, but there's nothing concrete. And to me, we want to honor it right here, right now. And in the future, we'll consider those things once we know what's available to us. And I think that's going to be part of the information we get from the governor by May 15th, what we can do moving forward. But we just don't see the end in sight here. So to put something out there for July or August, it'd be irresponsible. Then I'm going to have feedback from parents. Hey, we're going away. I'm going in the military, whatever it may be. I'm not going to be able to take part in that. So we know this date of June 18th at 6:30, something's going to occur. And we're pretty excited about some of the ideas that we've talked about and some of the ideas that are out there. So we'll keep you posted as we continue to get news from the governor and develop our own ideas.
Yes, this is the year of the class of 2020, and we're going to do every effort to make it one that they will remember in a positive way. And really, the staff, with their enthusiasm, we as an admin have to almost curb the enthusiasm just to make sure we fit the social guidelines of the governor, which we're still yet to hear more updates on after May 15th. But tremendous ideas. And speaking of which, today would have been your original prom date, this Friday today. We know that was going to be postponed, and we officially did cancel a in-person prom. But again, the advisors and administration are working to create an experience, a virtual experience that you can participate in. So please look for us to give you that information in the coming weeks on how that can be. And that will be much closer to the end in June when we're looking to do something like that. So again, we have not lost hope in some of those things. We just know, though, that we have to operate in this virtual environment where we have to remain socially distant. So we're planning with that, and how can we make it the best that it can be.
Right, and one of the things, the message, you're not alone. This is going on all throughout the county, the state, the country. There's an event going on Saturday, May 2nd, and I think we have a graphic here, and it's called Show Your Walk. And this is sponsored by JP Morgan and Chase Manhattan. Live the celebration for the class of 2020. Kevin Hart, Serena Williams, Steph Curry, a few others. This is Show Me Your Walk. And I think there's another graphic that lists some of the categories that they want you to do. They're going to play some music. You're going to make up your graduation walk. It can be serious, it can be somber, it can be humorous here. So we'll try to post this on the website, but I'll encourage, seniors, hey, make a memory, engage in this. You're apart, but there's some things you can do together. So everybody's trying to reach out for the same purpose. They're trying to give this class of 2020, high school, college, 8th grade, whatever it may be, an experience like no other. So please participate in some of the opportunities beyond Sterling High School as well.
I think you said it very good. You have an opportunity to participate and contribute to what this experience is going to be as we move forward. So please look for those. Speaking of which, we would like to encourage you and all students to participate, as next week is Teacher Appreciation Week. So that is May the 4th, be with you, on through the rest of the week, is Teacher Appreciation Week. So we have multiple ways. You can see a graphic now. We've set up a flip grid where you can create your own video, thank you. Could be directed to a teacher, all your teachers, or just teachers in general. Additionally, the Believe in You has also worked. So if you're collaborating with Believe in You and Coach Johnson, please continue to email her. And then the class of 2023 with Coach Strauss has also been coordinating some efforts. So students, please participate in that. And remember that the teachers are also impacted by this pandemic right now. It's tough and it's a challenge for everybody. This is a great way to give them your love and shout outs to them.
All right, so mine, you always want to try to finish with some good news, and that's a great thing for our teachers. And again, please give them shout outs when you can. We've had a lot of things occur that when you're in school, you're kind of on top of. So just in the last couple days here, we had a staff member have birth of a baby daughter. So congratulations to Mrs. DeDuke and her husband on the birth of their baby girl, Abigail. Mrs. Baker's daughter was married out in San Diego, and because of travel restrictions and social distancing guidelines, they couldn't be there, but that's very special for Mrs. Baker and her family. And we have a bunch of birthdays coming up. Today, our maintenance guy, Frank Rizzo's birthday. Happy birthday to Frank. Staff members on May 2nd, Mr. Flacco. May 3rd, Mrs. Strodonnell. May 6th, Mr. Kevin Stewart. And special shout out, one of our spirited students here let us know that his birthday was coming up. So a special birthday wish on May 2nd to Billy O'Keefe. Billy, happy birthday from all your friends here at Sterling High School. All right, on that note, again, we're in this together. We're going to try to continue to work hard to come up with some great ideas for all of our students, but especially the class of 2020. Remember, get outside this weekend responsibly. Participate in the hot dog backyard grill, front yard grill challenge. Get out, visit some parks. Sterling High School's track will be open. Be safe, be well, and as always, stay Sterling strong.